Hi, my name is Matt Zimmerman, and I'm going to be discussing the role alternative schools can play in bridging the student achievement gap as it relates to various class statuses. The achievement gap in education refers to the disparity in academic performance between groups of students. The achievement gap is demonstrated through their grades, standardized test scores, the courses they select, dropout rates, and college completion rates, among other success measures. Often, it's used to describe performance gaps between racial statuses. African American Hispanic students, generally placed at the lower end of the performance scale, and their non-Hispanic white peers. However, there's some similar academic disparity between students from low-income families and those of higher socioeconomic statuses. In the past decade, educators have also begun to focus more attention on other gaps, such as those based on gender, English language proficiency, and learning disabilities. Recent studies have concluded that, although there's no clear evidence that African American students are more opposed to achievement, nor are they any less satisfied with school, nor are they any less interested in their studies than the white students, this may not be the most significant factor in the achievement gap. Skills and learning techniques, not cultural diversifications, need to be the focus of efforts to close the achievement gap. Teachers need to set high standards and practice differentiated instructional techniques to help students meet these standards, including resources that can help further close the achievement gap. The achievement gap can be eliminated by eliminating the basic skills gap and therefore level the playing field. This crisis seems to have shifted to family income level. Race ethnicity remains the group that has the largest achievement gap, but race ethnicity may not be the issue. The issue may be family socioeconomic status. Having knowledge of these socioeconomic levels and taking them into consideration may factor into student achievement, as it's critical to understanding student success across the broad spectrum of other disparities of student identification. Often children from disadvantaged backgrounds attend less disadvantaged schools. They need to attend schools where the likelihood of academic achievement is no less for them than for their more advantaged peers. Public agencies should not discourage schools from segregating students by demographic factors, especially those factors that have been shown to correlate with less successful outcomes, that is, disabilities, family economic status, and race. Schools should also make available alternatives to students for the development of basic academic skills. Affirmative measures should be used to ensure that neither status nor stigma is a factor in choice of enrollment in any public funded program. Regarding gender, it's been found that girls' successes do not come at boys' expenses. That is, achievement gains for girls do not have any effect on gains or losses for boys. On average, girls and boys' educational performance have improved. Average test scores have risen or remained the same for both genders. Now we want to talk about the role of alternative schools. The most unequal environmental consideration in education is the home environment, and school needs to be a place where all students are equal. Family income is the one measurable difference between successful and unsuccessful students. Alternative schools can help students overcome distrust, their failure to believe in their own effort, and the lack of confidence in our institutions caused by generational poverty. Alternative schools can be models for other schools in the teaching and education of students' internal motivations, that is, that effort and behavior is within their own control. True equity in school requires using different means to give everyone the same opportunities for success. Alternative schools can be an important part of the systematic interventions that involve how students operate and in keeping students in the educational system until they graduate. There needs to be a partnership between traditional schools and alternative schools. Success depends in part on support from local and state policymakers, the communities in which they are placed. Often, these alternative schools fail because of a lack of support from community members and other local school leaders who have differing ideas about what a school is supposed to be. Alternative schools need to be highly educative, socially just, caring, and participatory. The schools should create community-like environments and foster meaningful engagements with ideas as well as with caring people, diverse environments, and the processes that are based on equitable concepts. The challenges for leaders then is to address the research base that family income level, often correlated with race and ethnicity, as the group that has the highest achievement gap. Also, how do administrators provide a level playing field for students from substantially different socioeconomic status? How do outcome-based approaches for ensuring the success of all students affect instructional methods and approaches? And how does diversity, whether based on socioeconomic status or race and ethnicity, between students within a school or between the majority population of different schools, affect student accessibility to the development of academic skills? How do reformation programs of educational programs bind the school to the community and gain the support of community members so that the community is intrinsically connected to the success of the school and its students? In conclusion, it's been found that there is a higher achievement gap between students from upper socioeconomic levels and minority racial and ethnic groups that has been traditionally believed to exist between girls and boys. Informed academic decision making will require an awareness of the existence of this gap and consider methods that provide equitable opportunities. There is a research base that shows that the reason for the achievement gap is a lack of basic skills instruction and good teaching methods, and that there is a direct correlation between these factors and the lowered achievement between students from lower socioeconomic statuses and minority students in public schools. Choosing research-based and evidence-based methods for instructional programs is essential to providing the opportunity for all students to succeed. This would include holding all students to high standards and not allowing the school staff to label students as not being able to achieve at early ages based on race or socioeconomic status. School leaders need to encourage family and community members and all stakeholder groups to understand and support alternative programs that can strengthen the link between school and community in which the students are based. All stakeholders should ensure that all students, no matter their socioeconomic status, have the same opportunities to achieve success in the school setting. Thank you for listening.